start this review with a question. 158 metres, 173 yards, whatever your preference is. What club would you hit for that distance? Think about that. We'll come back to it in a bit. Macreddin Golf Club is located in the heart of County Wicklow. It is an incredibly peaceful spot. You are surrounded by hillsides, it is isolated, it is peaceful, there is a lot of wildlife here, and you just have this beautiful golf course. It was designed by Paul McGinley, and this is the first course that he ever designed in its entirety. He had a remarkable landscape to work with, and what he has produced, that's remarkable too. It's got so much swagger, so much shape and movement, and perhaps the more importantly is it's got so much adventure in its soul. The course is divided onto two sides of a valley. So you have the front nine on one side, you have the back nine on the other. There's quite a distance between them, so they have their own unique character. But what McGinley did was to create or to embellish the amazing shapes that already existed. So there's a lot of sweeping mounds all over the place, a lot of undulation. So you see it from the moment you step onto the first tee. The back nine is kind of like in its own little valley. So I'm on the 12th tee, the 11th is behind you, and this drops down, and you can see at the bottom there, the yellow stakes. That is Ballycreen Brook, and that runs through 5 of the last 7 holes. Comes into play pretty much on all of them. But the one thing to remember, and I would say this from the point of view of strategy, if you want to play well here, find fairway, especially on the front nine, because if you find the sides of the fairways where all that mounding is, you're going to have a really awkward stance, ball well below your feet or above. And then you have the individuality of the holes, because there is so much going on. This is the 12th hole and one of the best and toughest golf holes you will play. It is an absolute thriller, and there are several on both nines. So you just keep getting hit by thrill after thrill. And because of all the valley sides, there's no such thing as a flat hole until you get to the 18th. I'm going to stop talking, we're going to go to the first tee, and I'll take you around the golf course. This is the 4th hole at Macreddin. It's a par 3. As I said, it's 158 metres. And whatever club you had in your mind when I asked you that question about what you would hit, you can just toss that out the window and start all over again. Because this is the steepest par 3 in Ireland. There are some other very steep holes. There's the 10th at Hermitage, there's the 16th at Delgany, there's the 7th at Carn on the Wild Atlantic Dunes course. I mean, there are plenty of others. There's even another one here, which is the 17th, which is also very steep. So for 158 metres, I'd probably hit a 6 iron, okay? 6 iron. No. 7? Yeah. No. 8? No. So I have a 9 and a wedge. There's a little bit of wind today into the face. Otherwise, I'd probably hit a wedge. If it was just a still day, I'd hit a wedge. So I'm going to hit a 9 iron. That's a 9 iron, and it is right at the back of the green. do not go left. Up that right hand side, that bunker is your line every day of the week.
To belong, trying to make it seem like we're somebody else. Set the perfect frame up, hide behind the makeup, like it's worth the cost of losing yourself. Sit there all alone, wishing we were known, trying to find a home in the palm of our hand. Think it's time to wake up from the world we made up. No better time than now to begin. A picture's only worth a couple thousand words, and that's the only thing it'll ever be. And when it's up and gone, I'll hold it in a song and try to make it feel like it used to be. Can we trace it back to the moments past? I'll give anything for that feeling. 'Cause a picture's only worth a couple thousand words, and all I really want is the real thing. Yeah, the real thing. I don't wanna miss the beauty that exists right here in the midst of the moment we're in. Wonders all around us are open invitations, waiting for the willing to take it all in. A picture's only worth a couple thousand words, and that's the only thing it'll ever be. And when it's up and gone, I'll hold it in a song and try to make it feel like it used to be. Can we trace it back to the moments past? I'll give anything for that feeling. 'Cause a picture's only worth a couple thousand words, and all I really want is the real thing. I want the real thing.
I started the review here, and it's no surprise that I'm also standing here for the toughest hole, because the 12th is the one everybody will talk about. That is a wicked dogleg. Sharp right hand turn behind all the trees on the right. It's not long, so where you are, that's the back black tee. That's only 404 meters. Here you're talking 364. So this is the second longest tee, the whites. Doesn't sound long, does it? But look at the fairway. There's very little room off the left or off the right should you miss. So you have to find that fairway. And Ballycreen Brook at the bottom there, you've got to hit your tee shot 175, 180 meters to get over that brook from here. The bunker that you see at the back is about 230, 235 meters. The thing is, you don't want to be really close to that bunker, because the closer you get to the bunker, the more difficult your second shot is, because there are two very large pine trees. The optimum spot is about 200, let's say 200 to 210 meters. If you can put that really close to the right side, you're going to leave yourself with probably a 7-iron into the green, all over water. My favourite hole is the 12th, the par 4 12th. It is such a beast. It's a remarkable hole. It's so tough. But that is also my toughest hole. So my favourite hole is the par 4 6th. It is a beautiful short par 4. From the white tees, it's 273 meters. But there is a risk and reward element to it, because you've got this stream right here. Now you can drive it, but the trouble is you've got the slopes up there on the right hand side over the stream and the trees on the left. It just tightens it enough that it makes it perhaps a little bit foolhardy to go hard at it with the driver. Instead, you get a ball there That's about 165 metres off the white tees. And that only leaves you with a wedge in. There's no need to go huge. But, I mean, I just think that green is so beautifully cocooned by the pine trees. Are there any issues? Yes, there are two. The first is not particularly significant, so the clubhouse. The clubhouse is a small log cabin and the changing rooms are fairly basic. Now obviously because of the timing of the course opening in 2008 and the financial crash, the ambitions for the bigger clubhouse never came to pass. That's the first issue. The second one, however, is a much bigger deal for a lot of people. And if you ask anyone about Macreddin, the first thing they're going to say is, it's a buggy course. I would always prefer to walk a golf course. You get a much better feeling for the course itself and what the designer intended. But at Macreddin, first you have some pretty significant climbs on the back nine. And the second thing, which is probably more significant, there are two long walks from the green to reach your next destination. And the 9th to the 10th is a good 5-minute walk. But here's the thing. This is a big, big adventurous course. It's in good condition. So you would expect to pay a big green fee. You don't, not here. If you want to throw in a buggy, they do that for a very small extra price. But here's another thing, and I say this with great annoyance. You have paths everywhere, and your buggy has to stay on that path. You're not allowed to wander onto fairways. So please follow the rules. It's not just a whim. What they're worried about is your safety. So some of the hills here are significant. You could be skidding sideways, you can tip buggies over. So don't think that the rules don't apply to you. I mean, I don't often get annoyed about what people do on a golf course, slow play aside. But don't take your buggy off the path. Please, they're there for a reason. Courses nearby. Well, Macreddin is in Wicklow. Wicklow is rich with golf courses. You have Wooden Bridge, which is just down the road. You have Arklow, which is just on the coastline, a terrific little links. I've done a review of that, so you can find that. Further to the north, you've got a mighty European club, and then beyond that in Wicklow itself, you've got Wicklow Golf Club, Blaine Row Golf Club. You've got Bunclody, which is probably a little bit further away, but it's a lovely place to come and play golf, and the value is terrific. You've got so much going for you here. In terms of accommodation, well, you've got Brook Lodge right across the road. You've got the Wooden Bridge Hotel, which is the oldest hotel in Ireland. Dates back to 1608. They've upgraded it since then. So you've got places where you can stay, you've got great value, they do packages, certainly the hotels do good golf packages. So you've got no problem enjoying that. And overall, if you take Wooden Bridge, you take Arklow, you take Macreddin, you've got very much an underappreciated destination, which is not going to cost you the earth. And in a time when people are talking about the expensive green fees, this is still head and shoulders above so many others when it comes to great value for money. So thanks for watching. I always appreciate anyone who's prepared to come on a tour of a golf course with me. If I can get one of you people watching to go, I want to go and play there, I feel my job is done. I love golf courses, and I love showing you the ones that really, really appeal to me. This is one of them. I hope you get here, I hope you play it, and I really hope you love it as much as I do. Thank you.